Here, let's look at this here picture. Because I'm really coming down to what my last videos. I mean, like within the next day or so. I just want to bring a point up to some people. Okay, first of all, this, you know, big deal. This is always the same symbol. You see this here? This is an Egyptian Ankh. It's the same thing. All they did is they took the circle. This is a circle, and they elongated it. If you take the circle and you drop it down here, you got the same symbol as you got in Samaria, that you got in Sandy Hook, that you got, you know, all over the place. It's the same thing all over again. Okay? Here's the cube right here. It's all the same crap. Eric's got it on his page like he's mystical. Ooh, look at me. You know, I can just picture Eric going like this. You know, after he gets his toupee on right, he's like, "Was this your card? Hey, was this your card?" You know, Mr. Magic, you know, Telly Savalas over there. What this video is about is I want you to think for a minute, if you have a biblical background. Why is it that people that don't study think that this guy, King Solomon in the Old Testament, was a good guy? King Solomon, because, you know, him and David, you know, David, another Kabbalist dude, right? King Solomon, if you go read the story about him, he used demons, he forced demons, okay? Go read the story. The guy that was running Israel forced demons with that seal of Saturn, right, to build the temple that the Jews hold so dear. Now, doesn't that seem a little odd to you? That he would force demons, even if it's just a story, that they would force demons into building something for them against their will. And that Jacob, another really big guy, right, whose name really translates into Saturn, that guy supposedly wrestled with an angel and said, "I'm not letting you go until you bless me." Maybe it went down like this. Maybe he conjured something up and said, "I'm not going to let you go until you give me the information I want." Sounds a little more reasonable. So then we just say, okay, those are just stories. But then we start looking at money, and we start looking at logos, and we know that they all keep running back to the same place. And it's on all of our stuff. And we know that by law, we've been told that we're not human. And so then if we're not human, then what are you trying to tell me? Because by this law that's written that says we're not human, we're bound and forced to do things. Kind of like what Solomon did with the demons that he forced to build the temple. So now we're being forced to do things through a law that is run and has the same seal on it. So what are they telling us? That we're supposed to be the bad guys? So what is the story? Is the story really flipped? Is it really the bad guys are really the good guys and the good guys are the bad guys? Why is it that this Eric character is trying to support this Yahweh Saturn thing, yet I got Jewish blood in me and I don't? There's something really wrong here. Okay, there's something really twisted here. What are they telling us by putting their logos on all of our stuff? And by their law that they wrote saying that we're not human, that we're less than human, then that means we're one of two things. Either we're the demons or we're Nephilim. That's what they're saying. And why are they reveling in the fact that some guy used black magic to force a bunch of demons to do his bidding, when the United States and Britain kind of still do the same thing for the same group of people? I don't know, you should think about it. Maybe angels and demons, maybe they ought to flip roles. Because it always seems the decent ones are the ones that are being told they're not human, and the ones that treat everybody like shit are calling themselves the good guys. Something's wrong here. Something's wrong. Look at your logos. It's on your money. It's on everything. That's not only a mark of ownership. That's a mark saying by law that you're less than human. Now this stuff starts to make sense to me on why they tore down my original page. Because to them, they're saying that we're the evil ones, and that we're at best case scenario, they're saying that we're Nephilim, that we're not fully human. That's what they're saying, Gollum. But I got a strong suspicion that the Old Testament, and Queenie and Eric, you're gonna love this, buddy, that the Old Testament is really written about by the enemy for the enemy. Okay, the story of Job is reversed. That's not about God telling Satan. That's about Satan telling God, it don't matter what you do, buddy. I'm running the show down here. Watch. I'm going to torture my own dude. That wasn't the creator doing that. That was their guy doing it. I think everything here is backwards. I think a particular group of people with a particular flag that goes out in 3 different directions, but appears to have 6, creating a cube, has deemed us to be the evil ones. And you know, it doesn't matter. All the symbols are the same. So you better start thinking about why their logo, their gang symbol, is on every motherfucking thing you own, and start understanding that their great king that was so wise incorporated the use of demons to build the temple. And then you tell me how holy that bullshit really is. It doesn't sound real holy to me, buddy. Sounds to me like we got the short end of the stick here. And if anybody ought to be trying to break out of hell, it ought to be us. This is garbage. This is bullshit. Okay, even if we aren't the demons, at the best case scenario, we're fucking Nephilim, we're Gollum. Because they're the creators. That's why they like to call themselves the Elohim. See? Go over to this girl's page, Silver Red Indigo. Go listen to her. She'll tell you, yeah, we created you. Yeah, you know, you're just a shadow of what we are. Really? Yeah, next time you guys need money to defend your country, yeah, go ahead and spout that out to the American people. See what they say. Yeah, I went to a Christian grade school and I went to a Lutheran high school. You know, the stupidity of the people on this planet, and especially in those arenas, including myself up until not so long ago, within the last 5 years, that everybody needs to support Israel. I could give a fucking rat's ass. I think Israel needs to support us. Because you're the ones that are the children of Saturn by your own name. By your own name, Jacob became Israel. Jacob is Saturn. So you're the children of Saturn, yeah? And we all know what that means. So, you know, I've about come to the end of my video making days, as well it should be. I'm just saying, think about it. Think every time that you see one of these sigils, it ain't no fucking Illuminati. It goes back to the story of King Solomon forcing the demons to build his temple against their will. Just like you are forced by the same laws that say that you're not human, right? To pay taxes, to give up rights, to go lay down your life. I'm not asking anybody to rebel or do anything differently. Just think about it. Just do me a favor, if you get the chance. Go read the story of King Solomon. Now, see, the Arabs think that he's some kind of great guy because he was able to use the demons to build the temple. But that's contorted and fucked up anyway. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I mean, the Phoenicians are mixed in there because that's where the word Hiram comes from. The same Hiram in the Bible, which was the Phoenician Mason from Tyre, Phoenicia, is the same Hiram Abiff that's in the Masonic Lodge. Go look that up. I'll tell you, there's a big piece of this whole thing that's been flipped the fuck around. And even though I don't like the Old Testament, Isaiah said this. He said that the world we live in is upside down, and if I remember correctly, I think he said it was backwards. So if that's the case, then everything that we're thinking, at least in the Old Testament, because you're not going to sway me on the Jesus Christ thing, so you can forget about that bullshit. But at least in the Old Testament, where the Jews have said it was written for the Jews, by the Jews, and it was supposed to be only for them, and I'm all for giving them that fucking Old Testament right back, and they can go fucking swallow it. It ain't got nothing to do with the New Testament. And you fucking idiots out there that goes, it proves that Jesus was the Savior. Well, if you go to Denny's and you get a menu, do you carry the menu around with you for the rest of your life because it proved that you got 2 eggs, bacon, and fucking side order of fucking hash browns? You got them, right? Then what the fuck do you need the menu for? Okay, we don't need that. It's got nothing to do with anything that goes on in your regular life. So listen to me before I hang up here. Mr. Telly Savalas, praise Yahweh, Eric, bald-looking motherfucker. I know I'm skinny up top, but you wearing a wig. And you're a non-pussy-eating motherfucker. And Queenie, you're a non-dick-sucking motherfucker. See, that's how you get around the whole gender thing so that you don't get in trouble for being biased about sex. Eric don't eat pussy. Fact. Queenie don't suck a dick, so you figure out what they do. Anyway, think about that. Go look at what Solomon did, and they're still doing it to you. So what's that saying about you? By law, you're less than human.